but I want to introduce Ines Sousa. Dr. Ines Sousa has been the staff lead for the Materials Sustainability Index work at SAC, which is the Sustainable Apparel Coalition, and she is now leading the SAC member working group focused on piloting product category rules for apparel products. Prior to joining SAC, Dr. Sousa worked for ENX Suite, an energy and sustainability performance management software company, leading its sustainability services, and previously co-founded Sustainable Minds, a green product design software company pioneering on-demand LCA software for early product design phases. Dr. Sousa earned her PhD from MIT in LCA, that's lifecycle assessment for product design. I will go ahead and hand this over. I should mention that the Sustainable Apparel Coalition worked strongly historically with the Outdoor Industry Association, who has been a really strong partner with us at the Pet Industry Sustainability Coalition. So we're excited today to show you some of the tools that they've been working on. And it's our goal as a coalition to determine what are those tools out there that we can help adapt for this industry so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself now, and Ines, you can take over.
Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you very much for the introduction and the opportunity to speak at this webinar. I actually forgot to tell you also I'm a happy owner of a Portuguese water dog. So on a personal level, the work you guys are doing is definitely very interesting to me as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a brief overview of who we are, who SAC is, and why we're doing this, why we're developing these tools, so you have a better context of when I explain you the actual tools, the Higg Index, which is the focus of our coalition. Next slide. So our vision. So SAC members have committed to working to together reduce the environmental and social impacts of the apparel and footwear products around the world. And we have formulated a very aspirational vision. So the apparel and footwear industry that produces no unnecessary environmental harm and has a positive impact on the people and communities associated with its activities. So it's pretty much looking into the using maps towards a transformational approach and really have a systemic change in the whole supply chain. Collaboration as a core value, this is very familiar to all of you. Our members share a common mindset. We believe that addressing our industry's current social environmental channels is both a business imperative and an opportunity. And we are grounded on this concept of collaboration. So our members recognize that sharing best practices with other industry leaders and collaborating on industry-wide projects will actually accelerate innovation. And it's very focused on action and opportunities for efficiency and technological innovation. Who we are. SAC was formed in March 2011. It is a multi-stakeholder group composed of leaders in the global apparel and footwear industry. We currently have over 100 members, and we have a very diverse group of members, brands, retailers, manufacturers, nonprofits, as well as government agencies, service providers, trade associations, and academic institutions, representing over actually 30% of the global market share of the sector, the apparel and footwear industries. Next slide. So I'm just going to ask you, Kathleen, just to flip over the slides. This is just a snapshot of our various members. On the retailers, definitely they do intersect with your industry. They do sell pet products. I also, BCI is one of our recent current members, so definitely a lot of opportunity to collaborate even outside the footwear and apparel industry at a supply chain level. So our focus. SAC is committed to focus on the development and adoption of the Higg Index. So what's the Higg Index? It's a suite of self-assessment tools, and these assessment tools are meant to measure the sustainability impacts of apparel and footwear products. We look into environmental impacts as well as social and labor. Next slide. Just to give you a clear idea. So the goals of the Higg index is actually fourfold. So we definitely understand and quantify the impacts of apparel and footwear products, but also as again a global supply chain, dramatically reduce redundancy, measuring the sustainability in the apparel and footwear industries. By identifying hotspots and measurement, drive business value through reducing risk and uncovering efficiency, and overall create this common means to communicate sustainability to stakeholders. Next slide. We also talk about the Higg Index design principles. Again, reiterating the creation of business value, we want to look into quantifiable improvements and reduce redundancy by informing also decision making in a common way for all the stakeholders. Credibility definitely is one of our core principles. Transparency and just a quick comment on the collaboration part that I think it's also familiar to you and you can relate to it. Is really about SACs being believing that through collaboration we will achieve what we cannot achieve alone. So we have this participation of many layers of the supply chain, as you saw through the members' composition. The members in our coalition directly contribute to the content and the future direction of the Higg Index. This recognition that it's most impactful through collaboration and not competing. So this is definitely a pre-competitive platform. And really there's a dramatic willingness within the coalition and our members to share company experiences, practices, and programs openly with peers. And I've been really testimonying this or working directly with my members. It's really very inspirational and it's really, really real. And finally, before I dig into some of the components of the Higg Index, the key concepts. So it's a holistic self-assessment tool for educational purposes. So allows the user to benchmark performance. So it's also a starting place for engagement and understanding. The goal is to encourage continuous improvement. And as I mentioned, it comes from collaboration, but also wants to promote collaboration and transparency. Next slide. So I do want to mention also that the Higg Index was not built overnight. It was an effort of many stakeholders across the industry. One of them, as Caitlin referenced, the Outdoor Industry Association. They all laid a foundation for what's now the structure and content of the tools of the Higg Index. The OIA Eco Index, for example, influenced the environmental brand module. I'll talk about it, the brand module. The Material Sustainability Index, we adapted and adopted it from Nike. It is actually a product of 8 years more research and work at Nike internally. Now it's being used at a sector level for our, it's a base of materials information for our product assessment. The Global Social Compliance Programs reference tools, they influence how we structure the facilities module, and the number of social label best practice tools, the SIA social fingerprint, FLA, etc. So to say that we definitely don't want to reinvent the wheel, and we have and will continue to look into other initiatives and tools to make sure we find the best synergies and understand how we can do this better and add value. I'm not going to go into details on this. I just noticed that the toolkit a few days ago when I looked into it, and actually Toby today also mentioned the reference to Higg Index. So we have the Higg Index 1.0, and we actually recently, end of last year, released the 2.0. So there were improvements at the content and platform level, and here is a list of some of the key changes. But I just want to point it out that again we have this continuous improvement, and we are out now with a 2.0. Next slide. So this is a high-level description of the suite of tools of the Higg Index. So we have 3 components: facility, brand, and product. And Oh, I'm just looking at the clock. We're right on the time, so I won't have time to go through all the slides and what I wanted to tell you. So let me just, so we have the facility brand and product levels, 3 lenses. I want to move forward to the product. So next slide. Well, this is the web tool that supports the Higg Index 2.0. And on the product side, I want to then call out to 2 main tools. One is the Rapid Design module. So this is actually at a beta stage. And so we're just testing it out, and actually available for members and non-members. So everyone can really log in into this tool and test it out. And the purpose is to provide a quick directional guidance to designers during the product creation process about the impacts of the product. So what I have right now is a series of snapshots of the tool, but I think the best way really, just go to rdmapparelcoalition.org and can very, very easily explore this tool. So I just asked Kathleen to continue to go through the slides. So they basically illustrate the different sections, the materials section, so it's organized by life cycle stages, material sections, which is based on the MSI that I've talked to you about. And then next slide, the manufacturing section, packaging, and next slide, product use and end of use. So these are, again, it's a streamlined evaluation, like screening evaluation, that we are testing it out for product design, so for quick directional guidance. We are working also on rethinking our product module for a more advanced evaluation, even could back and substantiate environmental claims. But we know that this audience, and at this point in time of product design involvement, we do need directional guidance, and this is a tool that exactly geared towards that. I have a couple of slides explaining more about the Material Sustainability Index. That's the support for the materials section. I'm not going into details right now. You can reach out to me. You can actually look into more on the website. And we have another tool, this MSI Data Explorer, that actually on the topic of transparency really is a tool that we put out exactly to show the data behind the scores and allow users to explore that data, assumptions, and even contribute with new data, with new materials data. So these are different points for our different highlights for what this is. It provides data interaction, the transparency I talked about. It's actually a tool that you use for data management and allow us to have this trusted editor for SAC, and really we wanted to make the collaboration platform for anyone contribute with data. Wrapping up, Caitlin asked me to say a few words about how the pet industry sustainable coalition can engage with the Higg Index to provide tools to their members. So this is a couple of points in terms of how to get started. Definitely go and check it out, the 2.0 suite of tools. The web tool is only for members, but we do have the open source Excel files. The RDM I told you about, and MSI Data Explorer, and really look into how applicable to our products in the industry these are, and how can we tailor the ones that we need to tailor to our products in the industry. Our members, for example, retailers, Target, and others, they really actually leverage these platforms for other products that they sell. So it's really a good approach, and definitely don't let the perfect be in the way of the good enough. Rapid prototype. This has been our approach, and I think it's been working out very, very well. And also, obviously, reach out to us, but reach out to SAC members and really talk to them about how they're contributing and benefiting from collaboratively working and creating this Higg Index, and how they're using and adopting the index within their own organizations and throughout their value chain. So sorry for the rush, but yeah, definitely reach out to me if you have questions, and I'll follow up with you guys. Thank you so much. Back to you, Kathleen.
Thank you so much for going over the Higg Index, and it was really exciting to see that new web platform and moving away from what can seem like daunting Excel spreadsheets, but it looks really user friendly, and we're excited ourselves to kind of look at how can we navigate some of that information as a coalition to help benefit our members as well. So we'll stay tuned on that and let you know how we're working with many of these organizations, not just SAC, but also looking at WWF and New Earth, and the possibilities of engaging with them in a collaborative fashion to kind of share the amount of time and money and resources it takes to really get some really strong quantitative data that can help us prioritize our hotspots within this industry and target those with working groups and helping our members with that roadmap of sustainability.